Fred. How are you?
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Okay, I'm doing well. I'm filming our conversation. How are you, buddy?
Well, just enjoying a Sunday.
You are? You're wearing AMG.
Of course. Got to.
Fred, I want to thank you for sending down your two beautiful cars. They're amazing. I love them, even though one is a family car, the other one's a sports car. But BAT loves them, so they said yes to both.
Great. Nice to hear.
Good to hear. So I wanted to start off by take us back to your youth. Tell us who you are, your love for cars, what you've done in your life, so we can know who you are.
German cars, specifically Mercedes, since 1980 was the first Mercedes that my family and I got. It was a 1980 300D, and but the family in Germany had been involved with both BMW and Mercedes from back in the 1930s. So it goes way, 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 way back. So I had a chance in the early 80s to head to Germany. Lucky opportunity. One of the relatives had a racing team, which was involved with the ETC and the ITC championships at that time in Germany. If you remember, Germany was in two pieces then. It was still East and West. So this all occurred in the Stuttgart area, and spent quite a bit of time in the F Alterbach, which was where AMG was founded by Erhard Werner Alfakt, and I think I'm getting the names right, and his partner. And that was the A, and the M, Melcher, was the other partner. And then the G was the town that he was originally born in. So that's how AMG got started. I was around AMG teams at that time through the mid-'80s, and it was a tremendous lot of fun for a young guy to be playing around in Germany.
Beautiful. And what do you do for a living or have done?
Well, I own a company that remanufactures restaurant equipment for chains and large facilities like Disney. And but I've never stopped being around cars ever since, between working with them as a consultant, I guess you'd say, for friends looking to get into some pretty nice cars, because I do have a little bit of a background, a lot of connections throughout the country and in Germany. And I've been able to kind of keep my fingers in the game in racing, because I was able to race a bit in Germany. So I did some racing through the 1990s, and it was a lot of fun. But you get older and you can't do that stuff anymore. So I just enjoy being around the cars and helping people understand what these cars are like and how to take good care of them. The R500, I've owned an R350 previously. Great vehicle. Most room I've ever seen in a Mercedes. The back seats in these things are like a limousine. And it is basically a big, heavy 6,000-pound vehicle. This one, which was owned by another enthusiast I knew down in Southern California, who owned about 7 other Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and an exact duplicate R63 to this R500. Same colors, same everything. Ran out of storage space. I know how that feels. And I was able to buy that from him. At the time, the reason why I bought it was I was dating a wonderful gal, and she had 4 rambunctious grandkids. So when we tried to fit them all into my E350 one day, I said, this isn't going to work. So I was able to grab this R500 and basically go nuts. So it didn't need a lot. It was only had 60,000, less than 60,000 miles when I bought it. But, I put $1,000 worth of cocoa mats in it. I didn't like the headlights, so I put brand new, complete headlights. We have the used ones are in the van when you get it. I put new tires, brand new Pirellis on it. I put chrome wheels on it because I just kind of like the look on that vehicle. But the buyer's going to get the original wheels, exactly the same wheels, non-chrome, in perfect condition as well with the vehicle. And because it had been custom ordered, and that's another thing about that van, it was custom ordered, meaning it had no sunroof, because the gentleman who bought it in Florida did not want to have the heat that would come in and the problems which do occur with the sliding roofs on those R series vehicles. That was always a problem. He wanted it to be lighter, have more headroom, because you get that without the sunroof, and put the factory tint on it, which came, something you could order at the time, very dark tint, was factory. And so the inside, the leather inside this thing is brand new. I don't think anybody ever sat in the third row of seats. If anybody sat in the second row of seats, I don't think they even did that.
I did.
I
was testing it.
You're the first guy. So you were.
I was testing it.
So But again, had everything you could imagine inside that vehicle. So why am I selling it? Well, two things have happened, and that also affected this 100 as well. Is I had a wonderful storage facility here in the Bay Area. I live in San Francisco, and unfortunately, real estate values as they are, the building was purchased and demolished, and we were told get out. And to get any kind of space in the San Francisco city area, it's $300 to $400 a month per space to find parking. So that was one thing. The second thing was the girlfriend I was dating with the grandkids. Just about the time I was getting the vehicle, she and I split up. So no one is sat in the backseat of that vehicle. Had no use for it. It's just me. And because it is the four-wheel drive, and in fact, one of the big expenses that I had on this vehicle, and as people know, these R500s and the 350s, they did have transmission issues. This one had a transmission issue, and so I had the transmission removed. I took it myself to Sun Valley Mercedes down in Los Angeles. The best transmission people they are. They completely rebuilt it and the transfer case. Got it back, put it back in the van, and basically it is new, and it has a warranty that will pass on to you, the new owner, from Sun Valley Mercedes for parts. So you're actually getting a vehicle with a warranty. So but I just don't need a vehicle that size, and I'm down to about having room for about 3 cars now at the $1,200 a month I'm paying for my parking. So you're going to get the advantage of getting this really beautiful rig. And if you like to ski, there's nothing better than this vehicle, because it is the best in any kind of snow, from anything I've been told. Hasn't been take on it, but it's the best there is because it's got the full 4-wheel drive.
Nice. Well, I've driven both, and they both drive wonderful.
Better.
Who do you want these cars to go to?
I'm sorry?
Who would you like to see these cars go to?
As for the R500, this thing is quick. And I think there'll be a video that you'll see. Because it's a little lighter than the regular R500s, this thing flies. I mean, it loves to sit at like 100 miles an hour, and it's still got plenty of legs on it when it's going from there. So someone that would have maybe an owner of a nice Mercedes collection or some Porsches or whatever, but wants to have a very cool, very fast, and very comfortable vehicle to take their friends around to parties or like I said, going skiing or something like that, it would be fantastic for that. And though I wouldn't want you to put it near the salt, because there's not a lick of anything under this thing. So, but it definitely would belong to an enthusiast, would really enjoy it. And I want it to go to somebody who's going to put friends in the vehicle, enjoy the black leather, the soft black leather in this thing, and the great climate control. Some of the best climate control I've ever seen on a Mercedes are in these R series. I don't know why. I think a lot of some U.S. components are in there. This thing blows cold and hot like you wouldn't believe. So that's what I like to see get, and that's why I'm on VAT, the best marketplace for these kind of vehicles, because it gets the right kind of people to buy it.
And you have a good rep.
Well, that just goes without saying, folks. The reason why I give it out, I wouldn't trust it anybody else. And in fact, Dean Lombach, who's back there in New York, just said he wouldn't trust anybody but Alex either.
Great. Well, thank you, Fred. I appreciate it. Let's have fun for a couple of weeks on BAT with these cars, see where we go. I think it's going to do well.
And again, I don't sell my cars. You can't see that my name is listed for talking about these cars, but you don't see me selling any cars of my own, because I frankly don't like to sell my own cars. I help people with their cars. I don't sell my own cars hardly. But this time you guys are getting the advantage of the most anal Mercedes owner you'll ever find, getting you two of his really great vehicles. So enjoy them, folks.
Great. Thank you. Let me cut this